Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028, and today I'm back with our 2025 KTM 390 Enduro R. And today, this is going to be part 2 of our Coober USA Performance installation series. So our first video, we did the Coober fuel controller, and I'll link that video somewhere right up in this area, right up here somewhere. And this part is going to be the Coober DeCat. And here comes the DeCat. Look at that. Coober DeCat. What a beautiful pipe right here. Now, so what this is going to do is it's kind of like what it says. It's a DeCat. We are going to take this and we're going to replace the catalytic converter. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to have better fueling. It's going to allow us to run cooler because that cat down there is not going to be getting steaming hot. We are still maintaining our O2 sensors, so that bungs are welded in place. So we're going to maintain our O2 sensors, even though we've already intercepted the signal coming from those. Now, everything that we're doing from between the fuel controller and this, everything's reversible. We're not cutting, we're not doing anything else. So if you sell the bike and you want to return it back to stock, you can do that. That's the beautiful thing about it. So we've already done the fuel controller and we've already run it and it's fantastic. So I'm excited to see how the DeCat goes. So let's get it on the bike. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is our first step is I want to get a baseline to see how the bike sounds. Now, we're not removing the big breadbasket muffler that's back behind this little pipe here. All we're doing is removing the catalytic converter and replacing this pipe right here. So I want to get a sound sample with the cat in place and then one without the cat. So let's get this started there. I should have done this earlier. That way that's the way I'm not heated up again. So here is idle. Here's idle. All right, so we're up underneath the bike, and our first step is we're going to, I just ran the bike, so it's a little warm, so we're going to let it cool down a little bit. So our first step is we're going to remove this bolt here, and then that bolt right there. Now this one here, the radiator bracket's in the way, so we might have to use a swivel to get to that one right there, and then that one should be pretty easy to access. So we're going to break those loose, and then up underneath, if you can see that, there's a bolt right there where the cat actually attaches to the bread box, or the big muffler box. So let's let it cool off a little bit, and then we're going to get those off. All right, so here's what we end up having to do. So we end up pulling off the screws that hold the radiator in place, and right here, top and bottom. There's two up here, there's two down here, just to give us a little bit of wiggle room to be able to get to this bolt. Even though you can see it clearly, you just can't get to it. That's the problem. And then this bolt right here. So like I said, we pull those off. So we got the bolts off the flange right there. And actually, I'll move that radiator shroud to get that out of the way right there. So there we go. Now we're going to take the bolt off the bread box, and then we should be able to pull the kitty cat out. Now, while Sully's doing that, let me show you something that I noticed. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let me show you something that I noticed. Now this is from the factory. This bike has less than 200 miles on it. And look right here. The factory pipe. They put a dent in the pipe just to clear that bolt right there. Is that coming through right there? No. How's it going, big dog? Bolt. Nah. I think you're going the wrong way.
I went right, it just got tighter, and now I'm going left to get this tighter.
Next step, what we're going to do is we're going to break, carefully, we're going to break the O2 sensors loose from their mounts. Very gently. Got that one broke loose. Got that one broke loose. Give it a spin and pin it. Now, if you ever wonder what O2 sensor looks like, there you go. And free. Now, we should be able to, at this point, pull the, now, so you actually, check this out. So here, that is your kitty cats right there. Now this, I assume, is just a pre-chamber right there. Now that could be another cat right there, so it could be two different cats. Actually, it probably is two cats, because this is pre-cat, this is pre-cat, this is post-cat. So you have two cats. You have a catalytic converter here, then you have another catalytic converter right there. Now, here's that dent. Look at that. That's from the factory just to clear that bolt right there. Isn't that wild? All right, so there is this exhaust gasket that's inside the pipe. Usually it comes off with the old, but this one stayed inside. So we're going to fit that onto our new pipe. With snug fit. And that'll allow us to have a nice tight seal on. So you're going the wrong way.
Break.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we got the pipe on. We had a little bit of an issue, and I'll show you. And it kind of, honestly, it kind of makes sense to some stuff that I think it was Ian with Big Rock Moto had mentioned, that the bolts and everything just didn't feel quality. And here's a perfect example. See that? That's the two parts to the bolt that goes right here on the exhaust chamber. Very little pressure on it, and it snapped the bolt. I mean, literally just look at it, snapped the bolt in half. So now I got to go try to source that bolt. But first, we're going to try to start up. I got it on there, and I think it's in there well. So we're going to give it a start up and see how it sounds. Now again, it's a little loud right here because of the this, you know, need to tighten this bolt, this down right here, but that gives you a pretty good idea as to what it's going to sound like. Now it's going to smoke a little bit because there's oil and everything inside that pipe. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, you'll get a little bit of smoke coming in from the inside there. All right, we're going to shut it down. All right, so there you go. So there's our Coober DeCat. Now, like I said, that pipe's going to stink a little bit, like I said, because it's got oils and everything on it to keep it from rusting and everything. But you know, the welds are really high quality rail welds on the pipe. They went from a 1 into a 2 back into a 1 here, which is, you know, really looks really good. Of course, it's going to be covered up with a skid plate, so you're really not going to see it that much. But like I said, the stock pipe. Let me show you that again. The stock pipe, not only is it heavy, but it's very restrictive. Again, I'll show you right there. There's that dent. They purposely put a dent in the pipe just to clear a bolt. And then you see how small that inlet is right there. And you see how big that catalytic converter is right there. So let's get a replacement bolt and let's wrap this thing up. All right, guys. So it's the next day. We actually had to go source a new bolt for the exhaust that we snapped off. So we got everything wrapped up, got everything tightened up, done our test run. Now let's get our stock cheese plate. Let's get our stock skid plate, which is made out of cheese, and get it back on the bike. And this is going to have to do until T-Rex gets us some parts. T-Rex, talking to you guys. And let's get it on the bike. Let's go take it for a test ride. Everything. All right. So now we got everything completely wrapped up. We got our stock cheese plate back on the bike. We got everything tightened down. Now let's give it another start up and let's see how it sounds. So it's definitely a lot louder. Now again, we left the bread box up underneath there. We left that in place. So it's definitely a lot louder, even coming through that. Now, we're going to take it for a test ride, and we're going to see how it does. Now, keep in mind, we've already installed the fuel controller from Coober as well. So I'm really interested to see how the two things work together and see what kind of performance gains, or at least smoothing of performance it gives us. So let's go take it for a ride. All right, guys, so we're going to take the same route that we took yesterday with the fuel controller, and we're going to see how it feels. Now, again, I can already tell there's definitely more volume with the bike. Hadn't really been able to give it any throttle yet to see if there's any performance gain. But seeing how restrictive the stock pipe was, not just the catalytic converter. Now, keep in mind, catalytic converters look restrictive, but they're not terribly restrictive. So let's see if it gives us any more power, or on the other side of that, see if it takes any power away. Some bikes need that back pressure to be able to create, make power and everything. So let's see if there's we can notice anything either way. Like I said, so far all I can tell is just the fueling feels really good, but again, it felt good with just the fuel controller. So we definitely have cut some LBs off, but like I told somebody on one of the Facebook pages asking about taking the cat out just for weight savings. I was like, look, you go do some intermittent fasting and you can get the same results versus changing something on your bike. It's definitely a lot louder. Again, we left the stock muffler in place. This is just the DeCat. Now, I say DeCat, I say DeCats, because there's dose of them. There's two of them. Just like that movie, remember that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Double Trouble, where it's like he's playing his own twin. It's awesome. 80s HBO movies. The key line of that movie is the bad guy says, "There's two of them." Well, there were two cats. And then we got two little pipes in its place. Oh, again, that feeling right there. Wow, that feels a lot better. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. Let's see, 60 mile an hour roll on. What? She's got some power. So I definitely don't think we lost any power, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we gained some power too. Now I think Coober's got a dyno chart on their website, and if they do, I'm gonna post that in there. But that feels, goodness gracious, that feels real good. Again, I hadn't looked at their dyno chart, and I want to just give my impressions before looking at that and see if my seat of the pants impressions match up with what their dyno chart shows. So we're going to turn around. We don't need to, excuse me, a little peanut butter sandwich and tea will do that to you. So we're going to turn around. Again, I really like that sound. Not loud, not obnoxious. It definitely feels a lot more free revving too. It really does. No check engine lights. Nada. This thing feels fantastic. Guys, let me tell you, if you're thinking about it, if you're even close to thinking about it, call up Coober, call up Aaron at Coober, and spend the money. Get the dadgum DeCat in the ECU. The fuel controller. You will not regret it. This feels, look, 60 mile an hour uphill, roll on. We're gaining speed. My dadgum 300L rally at 65 miles an hour was losing speed going up a hill. We're gaining speed, baby. This is a tiny engine. This is awesome. It's going to run a lot cooler. It's going to run a lot smoother. I'm a dog guy anyway. I don't like cats. I've been waiting to use that one. Yeah, guys, listen. The first impressions. I know we're going to take it. We're taking it to Enery here in the next couple days, and we're really going to give it a good off-road test. But seat of the pants, initial impressions. I am a fan. This is awesome. So do not hesitate. Call Coober. Call Aaron over at Coober. Call the whole team over there at Coober, and say, "Give me what Alan's got. Give me what Alan, the Fireman 1028's got." because I want that. So again, can't recommend it highly enough. Thank you guys for watching. If there's anything that you like, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, and subscribe to the channel. So the subscriptions, again, for me, is the ultimate compliment is to subscribe to the channel. So if you see anything that you like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Roll Tide. Again, I'm a big Bama guy. I was born in Mississippi, but I'm a big Bama guy, and football season is here. So roll Tide. God bless. And remember, tomorrow needs you. Thanks, guys.